Friday night at 5:37. UPS just left here. We shipped 47 orders today. I'm exhausted. I can't even begin to tell you how tired I am, but it's Friday and yay. I get a couple days off. Well, actually, I have a big wholesale order I have to pour this weekend, but Matt and I can get that done quick. That's no big deal. Anyway, the reason why I'm coming on here is I have got to tell you guys what happened. You are just not going to believe this. I mean, I can't believe it. I live here in this town, and there are so many weird things going on here lately. I'm just like, what is the deal? Okay, so this lady comes into the store today. And we're busy. We're like extremely busy, pouring candles like crazy people. And I don't pay attention to people. I mean, I pay attention to them, but if they're browsing and looking around, I'm not going to stand right over them, you know, and be bothering them. So I just, you know, ask them if they need any help. If they don't, then I go about my business, keep pouring candles or whatever. Well, I had turned around to say something to her, and at the same time, she was looking straight at me, and I thought I recognized her, but again, I have a store, a lot of people come in here, so I really didn't think nothing of it. And so, you know, she looked around for a while, and she was like, thank you, and we were like, Merry Christmas, and she scooted out the door. And so like about an hour later, I was waiting on some stuff to set up, so I took my pricing gun and I went out to price some candles that I just put out in the store this morning. And I was like, Amber, where? I had 3 of my big bakery line candles. I was like, I had put out there this morning. I was like, Amber, where's that other candle at? And she's like, which one? I said, the caramel apple ginger crisp that I put out here this morning. I can't find it. The baker candle that I put out there from the comfort line, where is that at? And she's like, well, I know you put it out there. And I was like, I know, me too. And Matt is like, I bet that lady took it. That lady that was in here. And then right when I was like saying all this stuff, well, really before I said I bet that lady took it, my head started clicking. I was like, I recognized her. I recognized her about 2 months ago. I know the girls on my message board remember this, but about 2 or 3 months ago, this woman had come into the store. She looked around, and she left. And when she left, this little cute jewelry box that had this butterfly on top of it was missing. And about a month before that, I think it was the same lady was in here, and another one of these little jewelry box things that I had, shaped like a strawberry, it was missing. Now, I'm sure other stuff was missing too, but I have so much stuff in the store, and I don't necessarily keep an inventory or anything. Anyway, I wouldn't have even noticed if she would have taken a smaller candle today, but she took like one of my big ones that I just put out there. So like I totally noticed it. So anyway, I'm wandering around here. I'm like, I can't believe she stole it from me. I'm like, seriously, I would totally have given her the candle. Like if she needed a candle, I'd have been like, here's a free candle. But like, don't steal from me. That's not very nice. And like, we're totally saying like a Merry Christmas as she's walking out the door. So anyway, I'm stomping around here, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe she stole from me. And then I'm like, you know what? I think I should call the police. And Matt's kind of making fun of me going, you're going to call the police over, $18 candle or whatever. And I was like, Amber, do you think I should call the police? And Amber's like, yeah, I think you should, because like it should be a report. If nothing else, there should be like a report. So, okay, we live in Van, Texas, okay, people. It's not like it's Dallas or anything. It's a little small town. So I call the police, and I'm like, okay, this is Victoria, the candle store, and they totally know who I am. And I'm like, this lady came in, and she just stole from me, and they're like, oh, well, is she still there? And I was like, well, no, it's not like I, tackled her and have her handcuffed behind the counter. I said, she's gone. I didn't realize she'd taken anything from me for like an hour later, but, I just wanted to report it or whatever, and they're like, well, we'll send somebody right over. Don't you worry. And I was like, okay. Well, about 10 minutes later, here comes this woman in the store. And she is this lady that owns a store about a block and a half up the street on the right-hand side called Boutiques and Bows. And she comes in and she's like, I was in the police station reporting somebody stealing from me when you called. She said, did this woman and I overheard the conversation, Did she have short blonde hair, blah, blah, blah. It was the same lady. She left here and went down there and started stealing some stuff from her. But she had stole some stuff from them like last week. She was in there stealing. She stole a purse from them that she came in with today. She walked into the store with the same purse that she stole from them last week. I mean, seriously. And the woman that owns the store down the street, she's like, that's like a one-of-a-kind purse, especially monogram, blah, blah, blah. So, like, she walked back in with a purse like nobody would have. I was just like, oh, my God. Seriously, this is crazy. She left here. She went down there, and she's like, this lady's like, there's no telling how much stuff that she's stolen out of our store, you know, over 2 or 3 times that she's been in there. She said, I was watching her today because we knew that she was in there the other day, and then when she left, we realized stuff was missing. So when she came in today, she said, I was kind of watching her like a hawk, but I was watching her, but like not watching her. I didn't want her to know I was watching her. And she said, I was like, pretend like I was dusting. And so the lady picks up these 2 necklaces and she puts them in like in the palm of her hand. And the owner of the store went over to her and said, can I take those for you to the register? And the lady's like, take what? She's like, those necklaces that you have in your hand. And the lady's like, and the girl that was stealing was like, oh, well, you know. And then she said she opened her hand and she had the 2 necklaces and she had 2 pairs of earrings. And she told her, oh, well, these just fell on the ground and I was just picking them up. I'm like, oh, the nerve of people. So anyway, when I called the police and she went down in there and reported to the police, of course, Van police were very excited. They had something to do. And they were like getting ready to send the SWAT team over to her house because the woman from Boutiques and Bows, when the lady left, her husband followed her. And she lives, again, we live in Van. It's a small town. He followed her over there and found her house. And then he went to the police station and told the police, you know, where she was, blah, blah, blah. So the police go over there and knock on her door. And they're like, oh my God, this whole story is it's so ridiculous. Because like if this happened in Dallas, they'd be like, sorry, you know, you got a candle stolen. Here, the man retrieved, the police officer went to this woman's house, knocked on the door, and said, he told me he came back, he came here, and he's like, comes in, and he's like, can you come out here and identify your candle? So, I mean, before it was all said and done, we were both, I was cracking up with the cop, but he was at first trying to be all professional. And I'm like, yep, that's my candle. That's Candles by Victoria right on the label. Anyway, he said he knocked on the door and she opened and he said, it really smelled good in there. And she was totally burning my candle. And then he brought my candle back and then he asked me if I wanted to press charges and he wanted me to, you know, report the other stuff that was stolen, you know, the little jewelry boxes and stuff. And I mean, it's a theft under $50, so he said she'd get a ticket. You know, she couldn't afford to buy a candle, and I don't know how's she gonna afford to pay a ticket. I just told, you know, I really just want I just want her not to come back to my store and hopefully not stealing from people anymore. I would have gladly given her the candle if she needed a candle. I mean, you just have to ask me, and I'd probably just give it to you. You know, I understand that I just don't steal from me. Anyway, but the lady at the Boutiques and Bows, like, she said over $700. The policeman told me that it was over $700 worth of stuff that she stole from them. So, not good. I think she's going to be in a little bit of trouble. But anyway, I just had to tell you that. It was crazy. I got my candle back. But who'd have thunk it, right? So weird. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. And Matt's going to cook me a hamburger because I'm freaking starving to death. And remember, Sunday night is the last night you can order candles in time for Christmas delivery. So get those orders in. And I'm going to do a video from all the stuff I got from my Secret Santa because I'll do that this weekend. I really will. Benji, I love everything, and I want to do a video and show everybody all the wonderful things you got me. So I will do this weekend. I look like hell, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to get all cute this weekend and do another video. But I love you all, and thank you all so much for your orders, and I'll talk to you soon. I love you guys.